right, so now we're going to use the distributive property to simplify some expressions. Just to recall, the distributive property is when we are multiplying the sum of something or the difference of something. Remember, it's always two operations. You have to check, is there multiplication and addition, or is there multiplication and subtraction? That's how you know it's the distributive property. So you might see something that looks like this. The directions are going to say simplify the expression. If you see that, you always have to check, and it's going to be the distributive property. I know because I see multiplication. It's invisible. It's between the number and the parentheses. And another operation. I see addition. Okay, so I know that I'm going to be distributing the 8 to each term inside the parentheses. So to simplify, I draw my arrows so that I don't forget. 8 times 12 is 96 plus 8 times a. Again, I draw my arrow as I do it. And that's my answer. 8 times 12 plus a is the same as 96 plus 8a. Now, they might step it up and make it a little bit more complicated. And they might say, simplify this expression. Well, it's different now because there are 3 terms inside the parentheses, but I still know it's distributive property because I have multiplication and I have addition. So the same process applies. 13 times n is 13n plus 13 times 4. I can do my scratch work over here. 13 times 4. Okay, that's 52. Plus, notice I arrow, solve. 13 times 7m. Well, that means I have 13 7m's. I don't know what 13 times 7 is, so I'm going to come over here. That's giving me 91. So that means I have 91n. Now, I always check for good measure that I multiplied by every term inside the parentheses. 13 times n, 13 times 4, 13 times 7m. 3 terms inside, 3 terms in my answer. I cannot combine any of these terms because none of them are the same number times the same variable. Now, you will see problems that you will have to simplify. So if you're told to simplify this expression and you see multiple things happening here, you're going to check and always ask yourself, do I see the distributive property? Okay, now remember the distributive property looks like something with multiplication and addition or subtraction. So if I scan through, first of all, I see parentheses. That's a red flag. But I check 7 is being multiplied by what's in the parentheses. So yes, this is the distributive property, and I have to do that first. So here go my arrows. 7 times 8 is 56 plus arrow solve. 7 times 4k. That just means I have 7 4ks. So if I have 7 of those, I'm going to have 28k total. And then I just bring down the rest. Everything else is untouched. Now that I took care of the distributive property, I need to combine like terms. So me, I always look through and I see, what here has a variable? Well, K is here. I have 28K, and then I check all my other terms. Does this have a K? Nope. Does this have a K? Nope. So I'm just going to bring 28K down. I cannot combine it with anything else. Done. Now I'm left with just the constants, just the numbers by themselves. So I see 56, and I also see 12. Remember, the sign goes with the number. 56 plus 12 is going to be 68. And here's my answer. This is this expression simplified. The steps. I look. Do you see distributive property? Yes or no? and then combine the like terms. Let's try one more. Same steps we will follow. Look, do I see the distributive property? So I'm going to scan through. No, I don't see any parentheses, so there can't be the distributive property. So I have to jump right to combining like terms. Remember, I'm going to look for things that have the variable. So right off the bat, I see 4D. Well, is there any other term that looks like a number with D? Plus 9? No. Minus D? Yes. Minus 8? No. So 4D minus D, remember, sign goes with the term. 4D minus D gives me 3D. Okay, well, now I have 9 and negative 8 left, or minus 8. If I have plus 9 minus 8, 9 minus 8 is just 1. So I'm left with positive 1. So this expression simplifies to 3D plus 1. Again, I make sure that I took care of every single term in the expression and check that it makes sense with my answer. And there you have it.